Hey guys, let's talk about my beard on the JET program with my Japanese kids. So, I usually, when I go to school, I have some sort of facial hair, right? It's usually about this long, right? Just a little bit coming in, mustache trimmed down. Next, I probably got a little bit of hair, but not too bad. And my school doesn't have any sort of problem with that, right? Like, that's just me coming in normally. I think they expected of us, like, foreign teachers to come in and have some facial hair. It's not a big deal to them. Even though you don't see Japanese men usually with facial hair, at least not, like, in the school or, like, the typical, like, salaryman, collared worker coming home from work. At the office every day. You don't see a lot of beards or mustaches or facial hair or anything like that. So when I show up to school and I'm wearing a beard like this, or it's grown out a little bit more and it's more noticeable, the kids take notice and they've asked me all kinds of like silly questions about my beard and about why do I have facial hair and that sort of thing. And they've come up to me and some kids are like really enamored by it, like they've never seen it before, and they come up and they just like, you know, it looks like they're going for a high five, but they come in and they just kind of gently stroke my face to feel it. And I've been called all kinds of things. Like I've been told that I feel like a cat. I've been told that I feel like a dog. Which I mean, you probably have some like weird dogs or cats, or your cats or dogs have issues if their hair feels like this, kind of scratchy and stuff. But then you know, I've been like compared to like a rat before. Like, oh, it feels like a mouse or a rat, right? And that doesn't feel good. But sometimes, you know, they'll come up and they'll ask like, why do you have facial hair? Why do you have it? My dad doesn't have it. Do other people from America have beards? And like, you just don't have like at least for me, I don't have enough like experience in the language to like describe the like, you know, some people have beards and some people don't. And the reason Japanese people don't really have beards isn't because they can't grow them, but it's just because like work culture dictates that you shouldn't have a beard and this sort of thing. And the kids are just like really interested in it. And then beyond that, like they really get a kick out of my hair, especially like right now, like I showered and did this sort of thing, so my hair is kind of like down. But like during the daytime, like when I'm singing songs and I'm jumping around, I'm dancing and playing with kids and picking them up and, you know, pointing to things on the board and moving around and shaking my head and bowing and doing this whole thing, like my hair is pretty wavy usually. And so right now with like the length it gets like kind of, you know, wavy like this. And most Japanese kids have like pretty straight dark black hair. And you know, if everyone looks like that, everyone has that same sort of hairstyle, like seeing the waviness in my hair, even though it's still black hair, is still kind of cool to them. And so I get questions like, you know, is this your natural hair? Why is your hair like this? Why isn't it straight? This sort of things. And sometimes because like their image of a foreigner is like, you know, all Americans are blonde and have blue eyes, or all foreigners are blonde, or all foreigners have this and that. Like they'll ask me if I'm like part Japanese, which I'm not. I'm like my mom's side of the family is German and my father's side of the family is Irish and this sort of thing. But you know, they'll ask me like, are you Japanese? Because you speak a little bit of Japanese and then your hair is black and you know, you don't really, you know, you don't look like a foreigner with blonde hair, right? Or red hair or something that really stands out a lot in Japan. So I'll get questions like that. And then sometimes like in class, like the kids will come up, they'll grab my arms and they'll notice too that I have like arm hair, right? And so they'll come up to me and they'll be like, oh, it's like petting my cat, right? Or they'll just like hold on to my arm and they'll just they'll be talking to their friends, but just at the same time they'll be like, you know, lunch today was really, really good. Did you get the new game, the new Pokemon game? Yeah, it's a really good game. Oh, yeah, I really like that game too. And they'll just kind of stroke my arm endlessly and have to pull away from it sometimes. So it gets a little bit weird. But it's interesting to see like how from the kid's standpoint, like they don't have like the experience of seeing like maybe their dads with beards or other men with beards. And so like me being at their school and a lot of these kids being very young, and probably not having brothers or sisters that are old enough, right, to grow like their own facial hair, that sort of thing, they are very curious, right? So it's interesting because in America, at least where I'm from, like a lot of teachers had beards and some had like full like decked out huge beards. And then, you know, most people had, you know, some sort of like arm hair or some sort of like something going on here, or, you know, their hair wasn't perfectly straight, a little bit of a wave, a lot of variation. But then when you come to Japan, it's a little bit more like, you know, a homogeneous society, everyone's Japanese, most people have, you know, the dark straight hair. You know, they have facial hair, but maybe not in the same quantity that like, you know, a European foreigner or like an American foreigner might have, or somewhere else in the world. And so like coming from that perspective, like it's interesting to see the kids, how they react to it and what they say, because it can get pretty silly. So anyway guys, I just wanted to talk about that because I was thinking about it today. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're interested in this sort of thing or want to see any sort of new videos that I put out, consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you have any questions about Japan or the JET program or teaching here or about like work culture in Japan, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next vlog. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. Boom!